is Emily, and my contribution to the How Then Shall We Live series is about conscious consumerism, which I thought was particularly apt as all of the non-essential shops have reopened today. But conscious consumerism is a phrase which is thrown around a lot, and I think can often be quite misunderstood and has got lots of different interpretations. But what I view it as is thinking about things before you buy them, and thinking about their story, where they've come from, how they got from the ground to the shelf and then into your house, and what their journey was. So one way that I do that is by shopping secondhand. So this coat was secondhand, my necklace was secondhand from a friend, and these headphones were also secondhand. And that just means that they're not taking out more resources from the ground and having a lower impact on the planet, which takes care of the planet, which is what Jesus wanted us to do. Obviously you can't get everything secondhand, and at Christmas I had completely worn through all of my shoes. I needed a new pair and couldn't find any in my size in secondhand shops or anything like that. So I bought a new pair of shoes, but rather than going to a high street shop where often they used fast fashion, which is bad for the environment because of the way that it abuses cotton plants and things, but also there's often a lot of factory workers who are mistreated, I bought these new shoes from a company who use recycled bottles to make shoes, and some of the money goes to charity. So I try to support small independent businesses where I can, which is where some of the artwork that I have, so this was painted by my friend, and these two gorgeous pieces were both painted by my friend. So where I can't get things secondhand, I try to support small independent companies, because then I know that the things that I'm consuming, the money is going towards good things. Now, food shopping is another big part of what we consume, and so when I go food shopping I usually buy a combination of fresh things, so like fruits and vegetables and stuff from the pantry. When I get fruits and vegetables, where I can, I try to buy stuff that was grown in the UK, so there's less air miles, so again, like thinking about where it came from, and organically where I can, but obviously that is quite expensive. However, I find that because I tend to buy stuff from the reduced sections, which stops it going in the bin, then I can save money there so that I can spend a bit more money on shopping at places like farmers markets and stuff, and supporting actual humans rather than just big supermarkets. Also, I think about plastic, and plastic, as I'm sure you know, is not nice for the environment. There is a lot of plastic in the sea. If you look up the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, then you'll know a bit more about what I'm talking about. But I try to buy fruits and vegetables where I can without plastic, but also the stuff that I get from the pantry, I tend to shop at plastic-free supermarket. There's one in Birmingham called the Clean Kilo. So rather than going into a shop and picking up a packet of like raisins, for example, I will take my jar and fill it up with raisins, and that's great because it means that you only pay for what you buy, and you can choose how much you get. So yeah. And lastly, consuming things doesn't have to be stuff that we consume on a regular basis. It also doesn't have to be things that we literally consume. It's conscious consumerism is thinking about the choices that we make about where we get everything from, and that includes our little fluffy friends. This is Melody, and I adopted her from Withell Animal Sanctuary, and she had been tried to be adopted by a few different people, but she just wasn't settling in very well, and so rather than buying a cute little baby rabbit from a pet shop, I chose to adopt her, and yeah, she's great. She's a little monkey and she eats through everything, don't you, Millie? But she has been a real lifesaver during lockdown. So yeah, that's how I try to live a little bit more like Jesus, just in the everyday choices that I make, and consuming things consciously thinking about their journey from the earth to my home. Okay, I hope you have a lovely day, and yeah, maybe you can think a little bit about the next time you go and buy something. What's its story? How did it get from the ground to your house?